Hi, I'm Emily Keene with Keene Dressage, and this is part one of Why Emily for Horses. So my last Why Emily series was more oriented towards the rider and what I'm like as a trainer for the rider. And this series is more oriented towards the horse and what I'm like when I'm actually, on the horse and as the trainer on the horse. I'm going to start with what I think is the most important part of my program, which is that I really want horses that love their work. If they don't love their work, we're doing something wrong. And it's not fun to ride a horse that doesn't want to do what you're asking them to do. And this should be fun for us, and it should be fun for our horses. And there's a few different ways that you can do that. And there's a few different ways that I consistently create happy horses. And the first one is listening to the horse really carefully. Where is that horse at? The reason that you need to know where they're at, for example, if I'm having some kind of a struggle with a horse or they're not really where I want them to be, I need to know why. Are they uncertain? Do I need to backtrack a little bit and connect the dots a little bit better? Are they resentful of my authority? Are they being dominant? Are they hurting somewhere? Do I need to get the saddle refit? Do they need to have their teeth done? One of the really, really common ones is horses that get discouraged. And horses that are discouraged will eventually shut down. Stay with us here, Dante. And that's a really common one. Horses that have been around a little bit, they'll oftentimes come and they've just withdrawn. And so how do you pull a horse out of that? And I could go into that at length, but basically how you pull a horse out of that sort of withdrawn phase is you make sure they feel their wins, no matter how small. If the horse starts to experience their wins, they start to like their work. They start to show up more. One of the other ways that I bring a horse out that's been kind of shut down and discouraged is I make sure they know they've been heard. So I make sure that I give them a voice. And in this way, I don't ever punish a horse for telling me how they feel, even if they're like, they're frustrated or they're mad or they are resentful, even if it's an emotion that I don't really want them to have, I don't ever punish them for telling me how they feel. They need to be able to tell me how they feel, and that actually helps me help them better. So there's lots of different examples. Those are some of the examples. I'm going to go ahead and go on to part two, but that's the beginning of how you create a horse that loves their work.